Good morning everyone, happy Monday, welcome back to another YouTube video. Apologies for the lighting and the fact that I maybe look half asleep, but it's not super early, it's literally just coming up to 7 AM and today I went to film a What I Eat in a Day Christmas edition. This is a normal Monday, but when I tell you I have so many treats in the house right now, so there definitely will be some extra bits and bobs sprinkled along today, but I thought I would take you through a day of eating. It's the first day of my new training program after my photo shoot, which is really exciting, so I need to make sure my body is fueled for that. I also have an hour and 45 minutes of dance later this evening, so it's a big training day. We're going to be hitting 12k steps as well. There's going to be advent calendar chocolates involved, of course, but I thought I would start with the first thing that I have every single day, which is my water. But before we jump into the video, if you're new here, hey, my name's Georgia. I'm a women's online health and fitness coach, and I work with powerhouse women, helping them drop at least 10 kilos of body fat, tone up and step into their ultimate confidence by building them a routine that actually sticks long term. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for another video, and let's jump straight into it with our supplements. As you guys know, if you've watched one of these videos before, I always drink a litre of water first thing in the morning. I drink 4 litres throughout the day, every single day pretty much, and this just helps me to get a really good head start basically. And while I drink my water, I take all my supplements, so I will run you through what I'm currently taking at the moment, although I am missing one because I literally ran out yesterday. So the first one is vitamin D. I feel like especially in the winter because there is not much sunlight here in the UK. Then we have ashwagandha and zinc. And next up, my prebiotic and probiotic to help with digestion. And then my last 3, which are turmeric, omega-3s, and then magnesium. Sometimes I genuinely feel like I must rattle in the morning, but when I tell you, like, I'm honestly rarely ill. My energy levels are so good, my sleep is really good. Now, it's not just because of these supplements. These supplement everything else I do to help these things, but that is an absolute morning staple for me. And the last thing that I always have first thing in the morning is some kefir. Again, this is just to promote gut health, something I think I've mentioned on these videos before if you have watched any of my videos before, something that I do struggle with, and I do everything in my power to manage, and this is definitely something that I feel has really helped. I currently have mango and passion fruit flavour. I kind of swap between this and strawberry, just because they taste good. So yeah, I just have a little bit of this every morning, and that is like my morning kind of like supplement stack, I suppose. It is early and I'm just about to start work, so I'm actually not going to eat anything else right now because I'm not really hungry, but I'll check in with you guys in a bit, probably for an advent calendar and a coffee or a matcha, we'll see. I actually feel like I've hit the jackpot right now. I've just taken a break from client check-ins to open my advent calendars. I have 2 advent calendars, a Lindt and a Ferrero Rocher. I always feel weird pronouncing that. And I forgot to open my advent calendar yesterday, so I have 4 chocolates to eat, which is the dream. I feel like Christmas has come early. Yeah, I had such a busy weekend. Like, I didn't have a day off this weekend because I was helping at dance exams on Saturday all day, and then I had an in-person meetup with some of my clients yesterday. We had a coffee and then we did a 2-hour dance class, which was so much fun, and then I went back and helped with more dance exams in the afternoon. So yeah, it's been a very busy weekend, and I was up early yesterday to do my steps and then like straight out of the house. So yeah, I feel like it's unheard of for me to forget to open my advent calendar because it's like the highlight of my morning. So future me or current me is very grateful that I get to have 4 chocolates. So yeah, that's going to be my next meal, I suppose. First meal of the day. I mean, it's December, it would be rude not to. And I'm not sure I fancy a matcha this morning, which is unheard of, so I think I'm going to make myself a coffee. That is advent calendar chocolates consumed and coffee secured. I'm going to go and get some steps done, get on with some more like admin work while I have a break from check-ins, and soon it'll be time for my actual breakfast. But I feel like this is the thing that I love about December. As someone who has a very sweet tooth, the fact that I have full permission to start my day with chocolate is just amazing. Please excuse the sunshine, but I feel like it is the most gorgeous day, and the light in this room is just absolutely crazy, and obviously this is also where my kitchen is. But it's time for my first proper meal of the day. We have got something a little bit different. I've got scrambled oats. If you've been here a while, you'll know that this is not my normal breakfast, but in all honesty, I just fancy something different today. So I basically mashed up a banana, added an egg white, 35 grams of oats, cooked it all up in a pan. It kind of makes like a soft granola type situation, and then underneath is Greek yogurt. I've got strawberries and almond butter, and it's honestly delicious. So yeah, this is my first proper meal of the day. It's actually a little bit later than I usually have breakfast, but in all honesty, I wasn't hungry after my 4 advent calendar chocolates and coffee, so I just waited until I started to feel hungry, and I'm eating just a little bit later. So yeah, I'm gonna go and eat this and then head to the gym over my lunch break, and then I will check in with you guys when I have my actual lunch, even though it is not far off lunchtime now. Okay, next meal of the day is here. I am back from the gym. I've had a shower. We've got a fresh grey jumper on, and I've got bolognese for my meal prep this week. I prep all of this in advance over the weekend, so like during the working week I literally do not have to worry. I've also, while my food was in the microwave, weighed out 30 grams of cheese. I've got a little bit of extra cheese today because I've got some extra calories to eat, which is a nice feeling. And then I also have some mixed lettuce that needs to be used up, so I'm going to use a bit of this. Long story short, there was a issue, I suppose, with my HelloFresh delivery, so I actually basically got half of the meals I was meant to, so I don't really have the food that I'm supposed to have this week, but I have like a couple of random bits that were meant to be with meals that weren't actually delivered, so I've randomly got some lettuce. So I really don't love food going to waste, so I thought I would just chuck this in with my lunch as a bit of extra goodness. So yes, we are just adapting and conquering this week. It's wild because this literally looks like the biggest plate of food ever, but it's actually only about 500-600 calories, so I'm gonna go and sit and enjoy this and then get back to work. I've also just had some electrolytes as well, and I think I've drunk about 3 litres of water, 2.5 maybe, something like that. So we're very much on track for today. So I'm gonna go and eat my lunch and then get on with the rest of my work. Okay, it is a little bit later. It is starting to get dark outside and it is time for a snack before I have my dinner later, which I will make with you guys. And usually around this time of day I would have something like a yogurt bowl, some granola, some fruit, something like that. But today we have something different. I have just made myself a hot chocolate. This one I actually made with like a low calorie hot chocolate powder, but then I also added coconut milk to it, which kind of makes it a little bit creamier. So kind of a more calorie efficient way to do a hot chocolate. And I also have some biscuits, which yeah, normally I wouldn't eat around this time of the day, to be honest. But yeah, like I said to you guys earlier, I've got some extra calories today. I find food quite hard to get in on a Monday because it is very busy with prepping content, with doing client check-ins. I need to train as well and make sure everything's done to get to dance in the evening, so I quite often don't get enough food in. So yeah, the fact that I've got some extra calories, I thought I will have a couple of biscuits, and I always will put my biscuits on a plate. It makes the world of difference because I actually always have a biscuit jar on the side, and it's very easy to just pick out of the biscuit jar. So I find that when I put things on a plate instead of just picking out from the jar, I'm able to control my portions so much better. So I know that like that's my plate of biscuits, that's what I have, and then I call it quits basically. So yeah, a little top tip for you with that one. I'm gonna go and drink my hot chocolate, eat my biscuits, and then I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna make some dinner. I've got, I think, like a noodle soup for dinner tonight, and then I'm gonna have the leftovers later on in the week, because as I said, I think earlier on in this video, I don't actually have that many meals, so I kind of need to make sure I spread everything out properly this week. But luckily I'm also out a couple of nights because it is very close to Christmas and my calendar is very, very full. So yeah, snack time, and I'll check in with you guys later for dinner. Okay, we are back and it is time for dinner. This is my last meal of the day, but I'm actually not going to eat it till later. I need to cook it before I go to dance, but as you can see, it is now pitch black outside. HelloFresh, we actually have a coconut udon red Thai curry soup thing. Annoyingly, I ordered the vegetarian version, which is really not ideal. I clearly was not thriving when I set up this HelloFresh order, and they were clearly not thriving when they delivered it to me. So yeah, my HelloFresh has been a little bit of a fail this week, I can't lie. But as I said, I'm actually luckily out quite a lot this week, so it means I don't have to worry too much, and obviously I've got my meal prep for my lunch anyway. So yeah, time to prep this. Good thing is it's got lots of veggies in. On the subject of not wasting food, I also have some leftover pepper, so I'm going to add this as well. So this actually has pepper, green beans, mushrooms, and pak choi. So mega veg tonight. Apologies for the slight outfit change, but I feel like I always get so hot when I cook. But my dinner is pretty much done. I feel like the good thing about this being vegetable based is it's like way easier to cook than anything with chicken in, but I'm low-key upset about the protein. But yeah, this is what we are working with. As I said, loads of veggies, it's literally just bubbling away, and I pop the noodles in as well. So yeah, that is my dinner. So I'm basically just gonna let this reduce down, and then I'll pop one in a bowl for tonight, and then the other portion I'm gonna put in a Tupperware and have probably on Wednesday evening this week. So that is my full day of eating. Christmas edition, definitely some different bits and bobs in there to what I would usually eat. Like with the biscuits, for example, you know, 80% of the time, 90% of the time, my afternoon snack consists of some sort of yogurt bowl, fruit, granola, that kind of thing. But actually, when I have got the calories, I don't mind having the odd treat from time to time. And obviously the main thing is like all my main meals are, well, this not so much high in protein, but that is just through my error. But normally high in protein, loads of veggies, good source of carbs to keep me going, and it just makes me feel so much better to know that I've had those good solid meals, and then also enjoyed a little bit of balance as well. But I hope that you guys have found this video helpful. As I always say with these videos, I find them so interesting and I'm just so nosy and I love to see what people get up to in a day and eat during a day. So if you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.